Throughout time, people across the world told each other tales of how they came to be, of heroes and monsters, romance and tragedy, death and rebirth. Mythology helped shape the ancient world, explaining the unexplainable. This is Mythology Unleashed. On the day of Ra's birth, from the waters of chaos, so too was born the being Apophis, the greatest of the Chaos Serpents. Whereas Ra brought light and order to the primordial world, Apophis acted as his antithesis, an evil god of chaos, destruction, and darkness. A terrifying sight to behold, Apophis took the form of a gigantic, dragon-like snake, with scales of flint and venom dripping from lethal fangs. In addition, he had a hypnotic glare that could render even the bravest of heroes paralyzed with fear, and a gaping maw that could swallow the pyramids. At the end of each day, Ra, as the evening sun Atum, and a crew of other deities would exit the Manjet, the boat of millions of years, and board the Mesektet, the evening boat, and journey forth into the underworld to complete the cycle of the sun. Here, Apophis and other demons would attempt to stop their passage, for if Ra did not succeed, the sun would never rise again, and darkness would rule the world. When the sun god's barge approached, Apophis would attack them by stunning with his serpentine glare, and would attempt to swallow them whole. The god Set was the only one among them who could resist the serpent's glare, and would proceed to battle Apophis. When Apophis would manage to succeed in swallowing the barge, Ra and his followers would slash through the snake's underbelly and pass him undeterred. Ra would even sometimes transform himself into a giant cat and savagely maul Apophis. Though Ra and the accompanying gods would always defeat him, Apophis would never give up until he killed Ra and usurped power over the world. Like many deities of an evil nature, Apophis was greatly feared for his ferocity, his power, and the threat of his uprising. Many rituals were performed by priests and holy men to ward off Apophis and drain him of his strength, granting Ra and his crew an easy victory. Wax models and paintings were created and subsequently destroyed as a means to weaken the great snake. Apophis was even given an annual rite known as the Banishing of Chaos, where an effigy of Apophis, said to contain all of the evil and darkness within Egypt, was erected and burnt to protect humanity from the god's evil for another year. Snakes have been feared by people for thousands of years. With their lethal natural weapons, great speed and strength, and perceived coldness, it is of little wonder how such animals became the basis for great monsters such as Apophis. His sheer power and determination to defeat Ra greatly illustrated the Egyptians' fear of a world plunged in darkness and anarchy, making him a fitting nemesis for the benevolent protector that is Ra.